Welcome back to Wrestling Renaissance. My name is TJ Leo.
And my name is Cole 2K.
And this is the episode about AEW Revolution 2026, which happened this past Saturday. And if you've never watched...
Sunday.
Yes, actually, sorry. I'm so used to saying Saturday at this point that it just feels weird to not say it. But if you've never watched the show before every WWE and NXT PLE, AEW pay-per-view, and sometimes TNA pay-per-view, we talk about the build-up to the shows and make our official predictions, and then on subsequent shows, like this one, we break down the results and see how we fared in our predictions, and rate each match on the Co-op Entertainment review scale of 1 to 10. And as I mentioned, this past, yesterday was AEW Revolution 2026 from LA, California.
Lots of colors.
Very colorful. I still really like that logo. It's pizzazzy. It kind of reminds me of Cyberpunk 2077 a little bit.
It does kind of.
Yeah. But top level thoughts. What did we think coming out of that long show?
That was a long show, and a lot happened. There was a whole lot that happened.
Indeed.
Some might say too much. Some might say you got bang for your buck. You got a lot for your money.
It's true.
It's kind of the same thing we always say. It's on one side of the coin, you get 3.5 hour show and 4 or 5 matches. On the other side of the coin, it's 4.5, 5 hours and 13, or 10 matches on the, on a main card.
Yeah.
So
yeah. It was an AEW show. I went into it with I think too high expectations, thinking that having not seen AEW in several months, that I was going to be like, oh yeah, I needed this. And there was some definite highlights, some definite lowlights. It was a mixed bag, but that's, I guess, what you should expect with a show that's 5.5 hours long. 6 if you count the pre-show.
In a vacuum, as a single event, it was a great show.
Yeah.
The big thing that comes out of it, the big thing is what's going to happen afterwards. What's going to happen now with a lot of this stuff.
What's the fallout?
Yep. What's the fallout? And that's lately with whether it's this company or the other side of the coin, they don't always follow through. No. At least, especially right away. And we'll get to some of the stuff that's going to be happening this week. As a fallout as a fallout starts and continues, and we'll talk about what happened after matches and all that stuff. So,
yeah, I enjoyed the show. I did stay awake for the whole thing, which I did not expect to. But I really wanted to stay awake for that main event, which is kind of what you want out of a main event. So, kudos to them. But yeah, I thought it was a good show. I'm curious to see where the average rating lines up. I'm guessing I'm guessing a 6-7.
6-7?
I'm guessing
you're going to go there.
Yeah. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. So let's get into the pre-show. We didn't do predictions or really anything about the pre-show, but let's talk about it. Starting with the match that was added to the card within 24 hours of the show, which is kind of stupid. But Boom and Doom versus the Infantry happened. I didn't watch this one, so I can't really comment on it, but I can go to the Bleacher Report for some brief notes here. They gave it a C+, which
sounds about right.
Maybe. I couldn't say. They said the opening video package was great. Bravo and Dean are a talented duo. It would be nice to see them on AEW TV more often. Who is Bravo and Dean?
That's the Infantry.
That's the Infantry? Okay.
Captain Sean Dean and Carly Bravo, or Charlie Bravo, whatever his name is.
Are they mostly ROH? Is that why we don't see them? Okay.
Yeah.
Big Justice successfully taking down Shane Taylor with a spear. Shouldn't have looked as good as it did. Taylor sold big. I didn't see it, so I can't really say much about it. But that's all they got.
It was okay.
Yeah. It was definitely short, because I blinked and the match was over. I wasn't really paying attention. I didn't really, like, arrive until 10 minutes in, so I pretty
7 minutes 40 seconds.
Jesus.
Length of that one.
Yeah, that was quick. So that's that. Do you have anything to say about this?
I mean, it's, if you're going to have him, AJ, on the show, that's the spot to have him in, is on the pre-show.
Fair.
Especially with AEW being supposedly one of the best wrestle. AJ is not who you want on the main show.
Not the best.
Yeah. He brings a lot of eyes from their following on TikTok to the show. So, I mean, it was good for what it was.
Yeah.
A nice opener to get the crowd hot and get a good reaction. And that's what happened.
Yeah. The next up was the TBS Championship. Willow Nightingale defending against Lena Cross. I did sort of see this one. I came in, I think, like halfway through it. It seemed like it was a pretty good match. I didn't see the ending because I wasn't really, like, the pre-show. I'm just kind of doing other things, not paying a whole lot of attention. But Bleacher gave it a B+ though, so that's pretty high. Although
it was a decent match.
Yeah.
A lot of the match was spent with Cross working on Willow's shoulder.
Okay. Which
played a part in later on.
Yeah. Their notes here say Nightingale was doing some good selling. It was nice to not have their partners at ringside. The first match had so much stuff happening at ringside, so having a one-on-one encounter with no interference was the right call here. Willow had a great spine buster. She plants her opponents flat, and the chop exchange was fun. From what I understand and from what I saw, this was better than the match that they ended up having on the main card. So that's not usually good.
Right.
So I'm actually kind of confused as to why they did them in this order and not the other way around. But
this one was nearly 11 minutes too.
That's pretty long for a pre-show match. It's pretty long.
Yeah.
So that's basically it for that one, unless you have anything to add.
Willow won with the backslide.
Oh yeah, guess we should have said who won. Yeah, who won the first match? I'm assuming it was Boom and Doom.
Oh yeah, it was Boom and Doom.
Boom and Doom. And and Willow retained. And then we had the 21-man Blackjack Battle Royal for the AEW National Championship. I can rate this one. Do you want to rate this one? We won't take it into account. We don't even write it down because we're not taking it into account for the main card anyway. But this was chaos and confusion, and I'd give it like a, I don't even fucking know. How do you rate something like this? It was a mess. Like a 5, 4,
3 for me.
Yeah, like there was lots of cool moves in it, but it made zero sense. It was stupid.
Match started and everybody was on the outside.
Yeah.
They kind of went in and out of the ring. Of course, going out of the ring through the middle or underneath the bottom rope, or else they'd be eliminated. So a lot of the match constantly you didn't know who was left in the ring.
Exactly.
Who was left in the match, who wasn't, because for a lot of it, people were outside of the ring and still in the match.
And this is the problem with battle royals in general. Like the Royal Rumble, you kind of have to suspend a little bit of disbelief because, anyone could just sit on the outside until the last couple of guys are in there and then run in. So it's like you kind of have to suspend disbelief, but this suspends disbelief to a point of ridiculousness where it's like, what's the point? If this is how it's going to be, no one's going to ever go in the ring.
Yeah.
There's no reason for anybody to go in the ring at any point. So
Yeah.
It's just kind of stupid. Like there should be like a time limit where if you're outside the ring for more than a 10 count, you're disqualified or something like that.
Yeah.
Like there should be something. Even though Royal Rumble could really use a rule like that, quite frankly, because it's kind of ridiculous. Let's see what Bleacher Report gave it. Bleacher gave it a B plus. That's extremely high.
Age match 5.89.
That sounds about right. That's about right. Perry arrived in a special Jurassic Express bus driven by the Luchasaurus. That was funny until he spit all over the camera.
Yeah.
I was like, okay. The commentary team compared Leo Rush to Gollum.
Sounds about right.
He did. He looked like, it was so weird. Why'd he cut his hair off and like his eyebrows and weird contacts? It was fucking weird. Just trying to stand out, I guess. AR Fox had an incredible springboard senton. Yeah, that was nuts. He like walked across the top rope all the way to the other side of the ring and then did that spiral through the air. That was crazy.
He's a
or maybe that was
guy.
No, you know what? That wasn't AR Fox. I think that was Hechicero. I think that may have been Hechicero. Who's the guy in the El Chrome?
You're thinking of Commander.
Oh, Commander did it. Yeah, Commander did it. That's what
Commander does it.
Yeah,
Commander's the one that walks across the ropes like that.
Yeah, the one that they're referring to here, he did like a springboard off the second rope into a backflip senton. It was crazy.
Yeah.
Rocky Romero was the first man thrown out of the ring. Garcia ripped off Commander's mask before eliminating him. I really liked that spot because it got Garcia a lot of heat. But then for some strange reason, another heel came in and threw him out. I was like,
yeah.
What? Why would another heel come in? What? Like, why didn't you take advantage of that spot for a face in the match? Just stupid. But yeah, it was fun for what it was, but it was incredibly dumb. And for some reason, the first national champion in AEW history loses his title in a battle royal on a pre-show. Jack Perry was your winner. I don't understand.
Yeah, I don't know.
What? Like, really?
Like, now, of course, this did bleed over into the
main show. Yeah, it did. Yep. They don't know how to time their shit at all.
I mean, I'm sure they do it on purpose.
Mm. Oh yeah, that's a good
people
point.
People are watching it, and it doesn't, and it doesn't end in time. And it makes people want to
buy the show to see what happens.
Yeah,
that's actually a good tactic. I didn't think about that. It's interesting.
Yeah,
I wonder how many people they convert last minute. Got to see who wins this battle royal. All right,
got to see who wins the battle royal.
So yeah, Jack Perry, new national champion, because reasons. I don't know.
And it's it's a crapshoot to see, where it's gonna go.
Yeah,
because there's not really any kind of story.
I mean, I wouldn't mind a Jack Perry versus Ricochet feud. I feel like they would
had it
suit. Oh, they've had it already. See, I don't even.
Yeah, they've had it.
Yeah, it's frustrating. All right, let's move on to the main card, starting with the World Tag Team Championship. FTR defended against the Young Bucks. Let's do a rating.
And it's just the match.
Just the match. Yeah. Yeah, not the aftermath. We will talk about the aftermath, but... All right, so now my question becomes, do I go with the ratings that I wrote down last night, or do I edit them? How am I feeling this morning? Or this afternoon, I guess. Yeah, I think I'm still in the same boat. He's thunking. All right, you're defending champ.
Oh, I am defending champ.
Yep.
You are correct, sir.
You go first.
This match I'm rating 7.
I was almost there, but I went with an 8.
You went ahead with an 8. All right. Dandy calculator.
Where am I?
All right.
Okay. So
cage match.
Yeah.
Anymore. Cage match. 139 votes so far. 9.24.
Fucking give it, guys. Fucking AEW sickos, man, just ruining it. All right, let's go to Bleacher Report. They gave it an A-, so also pretty high. I would say that's probably about an 8. Maybe 9. Even at a 9.
I'd say 9.
9. Notable moments and observations from the Bleacher Report. The Bucks had their kids with them for their entrance in a video package with the kids talking about their dads. FTR wearing the Celtics colors in LA was a nice touch. The spot with Matt being slammed on the announce table. Wait a minute. Oh, okay, never mind. The spot with Matt being slammed on the announce table looked good. It was like a suplex, right?
Yeah.
Suplex. Cash slapping Dax to keep him from tapping out to the sharpshooter was funny. I think they've done that before. Could be wrong. The double suplex from the apron to the floor didn't look fun for anyone. No, it looked... that was the one where one of the Jacksons almost couldn't get one of the FTR guys over and had to do almost like a... what do they call that? Takamichi Nuku driver. Almost like a flat forward suplex bump. It was nasty looking.
Like a Falcon Arrow type.
Yeah, Falcon Arrow. That's what I was thinking. And Matt hitting Stokely Hathaway with a suicide dive was a great spot. Yeah, I didn't see that one coming. That looked nasty.
Yeah.
Right into Stokely sitting on his his wheelchair. That was a great spot. I agree. This match was really good. You and I had talked about on the prediction show about being concerned because FTR and the Young Bucks both always like to have a 5-star classic, but it's not always a 5-star classic if you're always trying to make it a 5-star classic. So by raising the bar and keeping the bar that high, most of your matches end up feeling forced in a way. Yeah. And you said that you were pretty sure that they were going to hit it this time. And I think they did. I think they did. I think it was one of the better matches of the night. Even if there was a couple of spots that have been done before multiple times in multiple companies. It was still good. Lots of high-flying fun. Lots of drama. And an FTR win at the end, which was interesting as well.
A lot of false finishes.
A lot of false finishes, yeah. The AEW be AEW in this one. The thing that I will give them credit for is this match was first, so I didn't mind it because it was the first match, and I knew in my heart that there was going to be other matches that were going to do this. So I was like, if there was going to be a match on the card where this was going to be a thing, I'm glad this was first so that I didn't hate it because it was first. And it wasn't the first time I'm seeing it tonight. You know what I'm saying?
Yep. Any other moments that stuck out to you?
Not off the top of my head.
There was one for me.
Okay.
Which, not so much because of this match, but because of other matches. And that was when one of the Jacksons kicked out at 1.
Yeah, that was kind of a running theme tonight.
Yeah,
it was kicking out at 1 and having like a Hulk Club moment. Yeah, I'm not a fan of that, and that's partially why I got an 8 and not a 9 or a 10 because there was still AEW nonsense in there that just they don't understand that when you when you do those special things, often they're no longer special. And they gotta come to terms with that.
I didn't necessarily mind it with this match because it was first. It was the first time we saw it.
Right.
But
it definitely became a pattern.
A lot.
Also, we had 2 people bleeding in this match, which is weird. I don't think it needed it.
I mean, this one was personal. This was a personal grudge match because FTR had attacked the Bucks family, physically attacked their family. So I can see that it's been, I guess, a blood feud or very personal. It's just normally you would see something like that when they've been feuding for a while and as like a blow-off match after a series of a couple other matches.
Yep.
But this is the first time that they've had a match against each other in like 2 years.
Right.
So it's almost like, I don't know.
It was a rubber match.
Maybe it shouldn't have been. Yeah.
Yeah, so let's talk about the ending. So the final sequence was a series of near falls from both sides that ended with a avalanche shatter machine, which was crazy. That looked painful for whichever Jackson took it. I still don't ever remember their names. I remember their names, just not which one's which.
Yeah, I don't know.
And as they were celebrating, the lights dropped, and Even came up on the on the Titantron, which slowly turned into Revenge, with the R being the rated R Superstar logo, and Edge and Christian returned, beat them up, posed with the tag titles, and kind of gave a friendly nod to the Young Bucks.
Yeah, they had a little, not necessarily a stare down, but they were in the ring together with Edge and Christian holding the titles.
Mm-hmm. So
it's almost like we might end up seeing a triple threat.
Triple threat at All In, maybe. Save that for All In.
Yeah.
That'd be a crazy match. That'd be crazy. So yeah, thought it was great. I thought it was great overall. I'm glad to see Edge and Christian finally back, or sorry, Cope and Christian. And yeah.
Hopefully we get Cope and Christian on Wednesday explaining why they were gone so long, why they came back now.
Yeah, that's a good point.
It's definitely a very opportune time for them to come back now when FTR are champions. When FTR attacked them, they were not champions.
Right.
So why were we gone so long, and why wait until they're champions?
Indeed. All right, let's move on to predictions. How'd we do?
Predictions.
Oh, and do I get bonus points for calling the ending?
No.
Damn it!
I've gotten that before, and I have not gotten or nor asked for.
I very rarely call the ending that specifically. I'm glad I was able to do that, but bummer for no points. That's how it goes. That's how she goes. Yeah, at what point are they going to become the old Bucks?
Who knows?
How old are they?
Maybe never. I don't know.
I'll look that up while you're getting the predictions.
So I thought it was going to be a hometown win for the Bucks. You foresaw, well, pretty much exactly what happened. And I hit 0. You hit a 5.
Nice. I did not realize that.
That was my 8-pointer.
Oh, damn. Hurting out of the gate. All right. The Jacksons are 41 and 36. So I don't know if I would call them young per se anymore. The middle-aged Bucks.
Age Bucks, yeah. And this one was a repeat of a bonus question of yesterday lore. Over under 10.5 super kicks.
Oh God.
Uh,
I think there was like 19.
We had 2 early ones, and then went a few minutes without, and then a flurry. There were 2 big flurries about 10, 12 minutes in. I think I lost count at about 18. So
yeah, me too.
I missed the under and you hit the over.
Oh, really? Oh, I didn't know I did that.
So yeah, you hit the over.
Damn. That's funny. All right. Let's move on to the next match.
You're jumping off to a good start.
Yeah. Clean sweep on that one for me. Nice. All right, the next match was Timeless Tony Storm versus Marina Shafir in an everyone banned from ringside standard match. Otherwise, let's do our rating.
Oh, expectations.
Oh yeah, how was our expectations
from last match? I had an 8. You had a 7.
Oh,
exactly reverse of what we did rate it.
Yeah. All right. I got mine.
I got mine.
All right. My go. I'm going to give it a 7.
I'm also giving it a 7.
Nice. What cage match give it?
Hell cage match. 121 votes so far. 6.16.
Wow. That's weird. Okay. Let's see what Bleacher gave it. B+. So they're up there with us. Maybe a little bit higher. Notable moments. Shafir's chop made a very loud echo. Yeah, that chop was nasty. Tony's chest was red like a cherry. Although it probably didn't help that she was wearing mostly red. Storm always hits a nice German suplex. Yes, she does. And the spot when Shafir kicked the table with her bare foot looked and sounded extremely painful. Yeah, that looked nasty.
So I don't know if it's the floor camera. I don't know if it's just because it was so close to the action that was ringside on the floor or whatever. But that mic picked up a lot of good sounds.
Oh yeah.
Whether it was the kicks, the slaps, the thuds on the mat. It sounded really good.
It did. The audio crew did a great job of capturing the in-ring action and out of the ring action, which we'll get to later. But I thought this match was very, very solid. I was expecting. Well, what was our expectations? Let's see. Kind of curious.
5s.
Wow. Okay. So yeah, it impressed both of us. I dig that.
Yep.
I'm not gonna sit here and say that Marina Shafir is like the best wrestler in the women's division because she kind of reminds me a little bit of like Steve Blackman in the way she wrestles, where it's very realistic.
She's a fighter.
Yeah. She doesn't know the in-ring psychology part of it clearly. But Tony worked well with her. There was some nice hard-hitting action. Just like in the first match, it really felt like they just weren't holding back, and that's great. And some good finishing stuff as well. I thought it was a really good match. I think it's just not a taste that everyone has, like that every wrestling fan has, because Marina's style is very different and very grounded.
It is very grapple, ground and pound wrestler.
Yeah. I don't think
Tony can work with that.
Yes, she can.
Memorable spots, moments for you?
I think they got the main ones in there. for me, especially that when she kicked the table when Tony moved. That looked freaking nasty. That just looked nasty. But I thought they just did a really good job of selling everything. I think it wasn't this match, but it was the match after this where I was like, you can't fault AEW's matches in terms of crispness and like in-ring technical ability, because these guys just know how to go. Most of them. We'll get to some who don't, but like most of the time, these matches are almost flawless. There's very little in the way of botches or miscues or getting lost. Not to say that there weren't, because there definitely were. But especially in these two opening matches, they were close to perfect from a technical standpoint. So I was really happy with watching it. It was an entertaining match.
One moment that stuck out for me was Tony Storm trying to drink some mother's milk.
Oh yeah, the
biting,
the tit bite.
Yep, biting, which was another theme.
Yeah, cannibalism in AEW. It's a new thing, I guess. Yeah, we'll get into that as things go. But yeah, lots of there's always a female nastiness thing that Tony does in these matches. It's strange.
And it seemed like the crowd didn't know whether to cheer or boo Marina.
Yeah.
Because she came out by herself.
Yeah.
And when she's with Moxley, they cheer. But when she's with the rest of the Death Riders without Moxley, they boo.
Yeah. I was talking to somebody.
Obviously, the fans were cheering for Tony.
Yeah.
But yeah, just didn't know.
I was talking to somebody about this in the Discord chat where I was like, why is the leader of the Death Riders a face and the rest of them are heels? I don't like that. Is the dumbest thing I've ever seen. And it's not like this has been just this pay-per-view. It's like this has been a thing for a while now. It's like, where's the, I don't understand. Like, I just don't understand where.
Ever since Full Gear.
Yeah, it's very strange. Let's get to the post-match, which was controversial and strange. So I'll switch this to the winner. After the match, as Storm was on the stage doing her sexy dance on the floor thing that she does.
Yep.
Of all people, Ronda Rousey appears in the ring and calls Storm back, and they almost fight, but the referees and security and officials and all that came in and separated them. And then she kind of aligned herself with Marina. So there's a lot of backlash. It sounds like AEW fans just don't want her in the company. She really didn't get much of a reaction. I also think that the IWC is definitely making some assumptions here that I'm not. We never got a Ronda Rousey is elite sign.
Right.
So I personally think that this was just a one-off and maybe a tease for however long down the road, if Ronda decides that she wants to get back into wrestling, there's a seed planted for a Tony match.
And in the post-match or the post-pay-per-view scrum, someone asked Tony about that.
Mm-hmm.
And he said, Marina is good friends with Ronda, and she brought Ronda in for support.
Yeah.
Ronda worked a match in Ring of Honor with Marina a couple years ago. So, they've got a good rapport with each other.
Yeah.
And he said, she's always welcome.
Yeah.
So he didn't commit one way or the other if it was a one-off, if it was something that was going to happen going forward or what. So,
and she's got
a big fight coming up in 2 months, which they mentioned on commentary.
So maybe her post-match plans are to have a stint in AEW, maybe. I'm I would be surprised if that's the case. It's definitely possible that they were using this as a test bench, like AEW. Excuse me, was using this as a test bench to see reactions to her, to see if there's interest. So we may never see her in AEW again, or we might. I don't know. But I think everyone jumping to the conclusion that she's just suddenly in AEW now is a little jumping the gun a little bit.
Yep.
You know AEW.
She has said some crazy things about the business.
Yeah. She's been shitting all over it, so it's like, I don't know. I mean, not that Tony cares. Tony cares about putting on a show that he likes. That's about it, right? So yeah, I think anyone jumping the gun thinking that Ronda is officially elite is incorrect. Because you know them. When they get somebody, they have a so and so is all elite thing going, and
which we'll talk about later.
Which we will talk about later. And they didn't do that for Ronda, so I don't think it's official by any means. So I think people need to cool it. Don't make assumptions.
Even still, it was very puzzling.
It was very puzzling to do that at all. Yeah, I'm hoping it was just hey, we have a celebrity in the audience. Can we take advantage of that kind of a thing? But who knows?
Yep.
I think that's about it.
I think that's about it.
All right. Predictions. How we do?
Predictions. Well, we didn't think the match was going to be as good as it was, and we certainly didn't think that Marino was going to be able to pull out the win. So, I got 9, and you got 2.
Well, that's a nice boost for you.
Oh yeah,
nice boost.
And bonus question was, what was the main color of Tony's gear? Tony's bottom was Tony's
bottom
big, but also the actual wrestling gear part of her bottom was a equal red and white, and the top was a majority of red. So you got the point for the red, and I didn't get the point for the white that I guessed.
That was a complete crapshoot. She wears a lot of white, so I don't blame you for going for that. All right, let's move on. Next up was the AEW Continental Championship no time limit match. Jon Moxley versus Konosuke Takeshita. Let's do our rating. All right, I got mine. Again, this is bell to bell. This does not include the post match stuff.
I'm good.
Okay. I think you're up. Yeah.
It's me. Yep. I'm good. And also gave this a good 7.
I went with a 6.
I didn't want to go that low because I didn't think it was really any worse than the women's match, but
yeah, I'll defend my position in a minute. What's cage match? Yeah.
131 votes, 8.81.
Shocker. And even less of a shocker, Bleacher Report gave it an A-. Notable moments.
Right at a 9.
Yeah. Notable moments. It's always nice to get a break from Callis being on commentary for his clients' matches. He can be distracting. So yeah, Callis was not on commentary for this match. The way the camera was placed for Moxley's suicide dive was perfect. We saw Takeshita see it before Moxley was visible. And Takeshita's running knee strike looked brutal. Yeah. So this had a lot of this was another hard-hitting, crazy match. Lots of intense moves. Where it started to fall apart for me was AEWing with last-second countouts, false finishes galore, kicking out at 1, just moves that should have finished somebody off but just don't because reasons, basically, because
Biting.
reasons. Lighting?
Biting.
Oh, but yeah, there's more biting. Yeah.
Yep, more biting.
I wanted to like if I feel like if this match had been first, it would have got the 8 instead of the tag match. And if the tag match was here, it would have got the 6. So I think it's just a victim of placement on the card. Now, had they put this match further down the card, there's a significant chance it would have got a better score because I would have been able to recover from the 60 false finishes and 1-person kickouts. But it didn't have enough breathing room, and so it did fall victim for me to placement on the card versus other matches. And we'll get to where I would have placed it on the card when we get there. But
and this one started very odd too, because you had Marina and Ronda leaving the ringside area.
Oh yeah,
out the walkway, and it went straight into Moxley's music.
Yeah, there was no video package or anything.
At the entrance. No video package, no commentary talking. Went straight from Ronda appearing and walking away to Moxley coming out.
Good call.
So it's like there was zero downtime.
Yeah, no downtime whatsoever. I saw Moxley and the music started playing, and I was like, "Fuck! I need to go pee. I need to get a snack or something. When am I supposed to get popcorn?"
And then just knowing that this match was going to go for a long time.
Yeah.
It started off slow.
Very slow.
And stayed slow for a while. And it eventually built up.
Mm-hmm.
With your, it right at the 10-minute mark with the two of them beating up, but standing in the middle of the ring, just trading forearms. And then 5 minutes later, kind of the same thing. And then, like every 5 minutes, they do the yeah boo spot right in the middle of the ring.
Yeah. Yeah, I think the match itself was good. It was crisp. It was hard hitting, just like the first 2 matches. Again, I just think it was the placement of the match that killed it for me. Obviously not enough to rate it lower than a 6, but low enough to where I was like, I kept sighing at some of the stuff where I was like, okay. Like, I was this the match where someone gave someone a tombstone and they kicked out? Like, I think this may have been the match. I don't know. You kind of lose track of all the false finishes in an AEW.
Could have been one of the times.
Yeah, could have been
one of the matches.
Yeah. I will say the finish was nice. Moxley retained his title after making Takeshita pass out to his like bulldog sleeper, but it was like he had it almost like a rear naked choke instead, and
like
Takeshita passed out. Yeah, it was good. I dug that. That was a good finish. You could see Takeshita kind of fading away, and then got the win. So that it was a good ending. Even if it was confusing.
After kicking out from the second rope Death Rider or whatever it was.
Yeah. The false finishes in this were over the top ridiculous for me. That's mainly why it gets a little lower of a score. But your winner and still Continental Champion Jon Moxley. After the match, as it seemed like at this point something was going to happen after every match. It was kind of crazy. Mox offered his hand as a show of respect to Takeshita. Takeshita looked like he was going to refuse, but he did indeed shake his hand and bowed to him at the end. And then a video package started playing, hyping the return of one Will Ospreay, who then reappeared on stage, ran to the ring, and went right after Moxley, took out all the Death Riders single-handedly, and scared the shit out of just about everybody who gives a shit about the health of their wrestlers. Because he had neck surgery, and obviously we don't know the specifics of what that neck surgery entailed or how long a recovery time it is, but the severity of his neck injury, the way that they were describing it when he went out, and for him to be back already, I was like, that's a little...
for him to be doing the stuff that he did.
Yeah, he did the freaking like quadruple spiral flip off the top rope immediately. I was like, dude, what are you doing? You said neck surgery, bro. I don't know, man. I don't know. I fear for that man. I understand the need, the desire to come back as quickly as possible, just like John Cena did at the Royal Rumble and whenever that was. But John Cena is not doing top rope spiral drops to the outside.
Yeah.
So, good to see him back. He's amazing, but I'm a little scared for him at this point. And we'll see how he does. But I guess he's going into a program with Moxley for the Continental Championship.
I guess.
And I think your well, not your theory, our theory, where we talked about how however way this match ends, it's probably going to start the build towards Takeshita and Okada at All In. Seems like they have the seeds planted now. Takeshita shook Moxley's hand, and bowed to him at the end. Can't imagine Okada's going to be happy about that.
But it won't be. I guess the Continental title won't be involved in it.
I mean, they could still change that between now and then, but yeah, doesn't seem like it. Seems like it might just be a grudge match. There's still lots of time before August, though.
Okada's
5 months.
International title,
Yeah, it could be just for the international title.
I'm sure on Wednesday we will get, hopefully, Will Ospreay.
Given an explanation as to why he's back so soon. Yep. Let's see, how long was Will Ospreay?
He left after September.
It was late August.
All Out.
Yeah.
Maybe All Out.
So like September, October, November, December, January, February. So like 6.5 months. I mean, I guess maybe, but that's still pretty quick. Yeah, it's still pretty quick. Yeah. So I don't know. I'm no doctor, but it still scares me. Anything else we want to say?
Not too much. Nope.
All right. Predictions. How we do?
Predictions. Well, we both thought it was going to be Takeshita taking the title. So we both got the goose egg.
Damn it.
With the stipulation that it was no time limit. Set the over under at 26 minutes.
Pretty sure it was lower.
According to Cage Match. 23 minutes, 32 seconds.
Wow, that's close.
You hit the under. I missed the over.
All right.
So I got another goose egg on a match.
I'm not doing too bad.
But I did hit the 9 on the match.
Yeah, that's a big one. How'd we do in expectations? What was the expectation for this match? I can't remember.
7-7.
7-7. So yeah. It would have met my expectations if it was the first match. It would have actually exceeded them. But the placement for me
logged and prodded on for me.
Yeah. All right. Next up was the AEW Women's World Tag Team Championship. The Babes of Wrath versus Megan Bayne and Lena Cross. Let's do our rating. Is it my go or your go? I can't remember. I think it's your go.
4. So this is your go.
No, you're defending champion.
Yeah.
So your go.
No, this is match number 4.
Yeah. So you started, then I went.
Yeah.
And you
I started with 1.
Shit, you're right. I can't count.
Yes.
All right, I went with a 4.
I went with
3. Yikes! What Cage Match give it? Let me guess. A 7.75.
4.57.
Okay, all right. So they're not completely stupid over there. All right.
Off of how many votes? 98 votes. So
a bunch of people didn't even watch it.
yeah, or they didn't dislike it enough to vote for it, or they probably didn't want to bring down the overall rating of the show.
Yeah, exactly right. Let's see what Bleacher gave it. B minus. Oof. That's
about a.
That's ridiculous. Yeah. Notable moments and observations. Willow's shoulder didn't quite make contact with the ring post. Yeah. Bane telegraphed Willow's pounce just a little too much, and Cross showed some impressive power in this match. She threw Willow with a fallaway slam and made it look easy. After hitting a double choke slam, Cross covered Willow and got the pin to win the tag titles for her and Bane. This was a bit of an anticlimactic finish, but it felt like the right decision. I disagree. I don't understand why this was done at all. But nobody seemed to care anyway. That crowd was dead. And this should have been on the pre-show, quite frankly, instead of the TBS one.
Between the two, I guess you want to have your title change on the main show.
Yeah, I guess.
And it made sense for me because...
Although you say that, but the national championship was changed on the pre-show.
Yeah, that's true. Technically, it wasn't because the match ended on the main show.
Oh, true. True. You got me there.
But yeah, to me, it made sense because Willow was holding 2/3 of the women's titles in the whole company. She's holding the TNT title or the TBS title and the tag team title. So eventually one of them needed to come off of her. And I thought the tag one was the correct one to take off.
Yeah. I just couldn't get into the match. It was very short, and the ending kind of came out of nowhere, and no one seemed to care. It's really a shame. But what can you do?
Kind of the consensus going into it was this was going to be the rest match. The one that not many people would care about.
Yeah, I suppose so. It was definitely the worst match of the night.
That's definitely how it came across.
Yeah. Alina Cross.
And the length of the match.
Yeah.
Because it was quite short.
Yeah. What was our expectations on this one?
5 and 5.
Yeah.
It was even worse than I imagined.
Not good when you can't meet the expectations. Not good.
No.
But that's what happens when you give a match like this not enough time and put it where you did in the card. So I mean, it's a victim to many things.
I don't think more time would have helped it.
I think different placement definitely would have. It was after 3 kind of banger matches, at least in terms of an AEW fan. It was three banger matches in a row. I don't know where else you would put it though. I still kind of stand by it should have been on the pre-show. Yeah.
Maybe second.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah. Maybe switch it with the Tony match.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, to come down from the FTR and Bucks match.
Yeah. Yeah, good point. Yeah. No matter where you put it, it's kind of fucked.
Yep.
All right, predictions on this one.
Predictions. So I'd kind of hinted at mine. I thought this was the smart one for a title change. So I got it for 5, and you got it for 0.
Oh,
You thought the Babes were going to win.
I started so well. That's not good. How many points did I have on that one?
4.
Oof.
That was your 4-pointer.
Okay. Shitballs.
And this was a 2-part bonus question. Who were going to be the 2 people that start or the 1 person for each team that starts the match?
And I don't remember.
You remember?
No.
Okay. Well, the bell rang. And the Divine
Dominion.
The Divine Dominion immediately attacked the Babes of Wrath. Eventually knocked Willow out of the ring, and then that left Harley in the ring. And then Lena Cross exited the ring. So that left Megan Bayne and Willow to start the match officially. I thought that it was going to be kind of a continuation of the match from earlier. So I thought it was going to be Willow and Lena. And you said the other two.
Wow.
So despite missing the match itself, the result.
I get 2 points for that or 1?
I was 1 point for each.
Oh, shitballs. Nice.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that helps a little bit.
Like I said, it was a 2-part question, so 1 for each.
That took the sting out of the 4-pointer a little bit.
Yeah.
All right. Next up was Swerve Strickland and Brody King. Just a standard one-on-one affair. All right. I got mine. He's thinking. He's thunking.
Anymore or not?
Is it me again?
Good. We're at number 6.
So yes. So it's me again.
Oh, wait. Oh, you gave that last one up.
No, this is number 5, so it's you.
Yeah, that is me. All right. I gave this one an 8.
I gave it a 7. What a good old cage match. Tribalistically rated. Probably a 9.7.
114 votes. 7.63.
Interesting. They are very hard to predict. Okay.
We're right between us.
Bleacher Report gave it a B+, which is pretty much right between us as well. That's like a 7.5.
Well, I mean, that's about a
but
8.5.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I got to do the math and figure out what they actually mean.
Well, in school for me, a 90 is an A-. In school, so a B+, I'd put it 85 to 90.
The problem is that they don't give anything other than a D through A, though. So A can't be all 90s. You know what I'm saying? Because we have a 10-point scale, and they have a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
10 would be
12.
an A+.
They have a 13-point scale. We have a 10. So it's really hard to it's hard to get it. I got to do the math. I'll figure it out. I keep saying that every show and I keep forgetting. But they gave it a B+, yeah. So notable moments and observations. King's chops looked very stiff. The whole match looked very stiff. They were fucking destroying each other. The house call out of nowhere was surprising and a good way to change the momentum in an instant. The turnbuckles should be harder to remove. It looked like Swerve pulled it off with no resistance. Yeah. It's almost like they, loosened something.
They prep it.
Yeah, they prep it.
Yeah.
And King took the vertebreaker on the floor perfectly. Oh my god. The side slam and the vertebreaker on the cement floor was nasty. You want to talk about that audio?
And the deadlift powerbomb that Swerve did on Brody on the
the apron. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Jesus.
He basically just deadlifted him up off the ground. Not the ground, but the surface.
Yeah. And that house call at the end to finish the match. Yeah. Woo, baby. Just nailed it perfectly. But yeah, King survives.
And one thing I did notice, you didn't see it, but this was the first time that I'd noticed I think it was Swerve's entrance. That was the first time that I had noticed that they used the 8K cam.
Right.
The same kind of camera that WWE uses for the entrance.
Mm-hmm.
How it's real high def of the person walking and a little bit blurry behind.
Mm-hmm.
They are using that camera now too, which looks really cool.
It does look really cool. We were talking a little bit about the cameras in general of how I think WWE's cameras do not look anywhere near as sharp as AEW's. So it's not 4K. Like they're not using standard 4K cameras to shoot AEW, but they're definitely using better cameras than WWE uses, in my opinion. They're sharper. Again, not quite 4K, I still don't quite understand why neither company doesn't use 4K yet. It's weird. Isn't like all sports in 4K at this point?
A lot of it, yeah.
Like NHL, MLB, NFL, they're all pretty much 4K cameras, so it's weird. Yeah, so King survived several of Swerve's best shots before finally succumbing to a house call. Strickland told Prince Nana to get a cinder block from under the ring so he could hit a Swerve stomp. But out comes Kenny Omega for the save to help Brody King. So I guess we're going to get a Swerve Omega feud
rematch.
Yeah. So yeah, I thought this was a really good match. Very hard hitting. I think my problem with it was twofold. It was a little predictable that Swerve was going to win. Brody never wins anything. He just doesn't win anything when it comes to singles. I don't know.
He's just really good.
He's just really good.
Didn't win.
Just doesn't win. And then on the other hand, it was a really good hard hitting affair and really entertaining and great. But again, that predictable outcome, and then the fact that there really wasn't a whole lot on the line here. It was just a match. That's all it was. So I couldn't really give it any higher than a 7 for that, as good as it was. But it was a good match. These two are fantastic.
Yeah, I mean, it was just a match. There was no gimmick, no stipulation, not for a title. It was.
It just existed.
But it was really good.
It was really good.
I really liked it.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm a big fan of both these guys. They're really good in the ring.
Yep.
What was our expectations on this match?
Yep, mine was an 8. Yours was a 6.
Okay, so yeah, it did better than what I thought it was going to be. Cool.
Yep.
Excellent.
It was right at where I thought it would be. Really good match. Really good, hard hitting, stiff match with the winner that we got.
Very violent. Somehow, no disqualifications, despite a lot of stuff that was probably worthy of disqualifications. AEW gonna AEW, as you say. All right.
No counts on the outside or no counts on the outside.
Yeah. How we do on predictions on this one?
Predictions. We both thought Swerve was going to win. Me for 7, you for 9.
Oh, got my 9.
Should have been more confident.
Got my 9er.
Bonus question. Kind of the story going into it was a chain was being used. So who was going to be the first one to use the chain? And the chain that Swerve brought out had a big giant, like a
hook on it.
Giant hook at the end of it.
Kind of reminded me of Kane's.
I remember seeing it. Yeah, from that See No Evil.
Yeah.
I'd originally thought that no one might use it, but I did say that Swerve was going to use it, and you ended up saying that no one would, and no one did.
I'm making up some.
You got the bonus
points. Cool. All right, let's move forward. Next up was the AEW Women's World Championship 2 out of 3 falls match. Tekla defending against Chris Statlander. I'm between 2 again on this match. I'm taking off a point for something, but I'm trying to figure out if I'm taking off a point from which level. Yeah, I can't. Taking the lower one.
Shucks.
All right. My go?
I was hoping you would talk me up. Yep, your go.
Going with 7.
Going to 8.
Okay. That I was between a 7 and an 8.
I was between an 8 and a 9.
Okay. I'm sure it's probably for the same reason. Let's get to cage match. What cage match think? Probably a 9. Well, maybe they're not really fond of women.
Wow. 7.33.
Yeah. They don't care about the women. The AEW fans don't give two shits unless it's Tony. Bleacher Report, B+. So pretty connected to us. Yep. Notable moments and observations. The size difference between these competitors was so big that Tekla almost looked like a child standing next to Stat. Yeah, you had.
Oh, we mentioned that a few times.
You mentioned that, yeah. I compared it to like Alexa Bliss versus Raquel Rodriguez. It would just look strange.
I mean, Stat's thighs were as big as Tekla's torso.
Yeah. It was kind of crazy. I didn't expect that much of a difference, and then I saw it, and I was like, huh, that's kind of crazy. The way they did the first fall was cool. It was a good way to protect Statlander while still giving the pin to the champion. I agree. It's a good call. And Tekla's Spider Superplex looked really good. The Tekla's everything in this match looked really good.
Yes.
They both were amazing in this match.
Yep.
Fuck, you know what? Bump me up to an 8. I'm
8. All right.
I'm reliving the match in my head.
I didn't even have to talk you up.
No, I'll get to what made me go down a point in a minute. But like, yeah, like every part of this match except for one part, which brought me down, was like almost picture perfect. What I do? Brought me down?
No, nothing.
Oh, I'll take you on, man. I'm gonna take that belt physically. Yeah, no, everything they did was absolutely fantastic until the ending. I thought the ending was shit. It's a 2 out of 3 falls match, and everything's going really well, and then the final fall, you get interference, a breath bump. You know, she fights off the interference, and then Tekla takes on the Tekla takes advantage of the situation and gets the win. I was like, that's it?
You mean when the ref helped take his belts off so Tekla could take it?
Yeah, that was funny.
The ref that was knocked out?
The ref that was knocked out that was going, hold on, I'll help you, man.
Yep.
Yeah, that was funny.
That's not what did it for me.
No? Okay. What lowered it for you?
Should have gone longer. That's the only thing.
Yeah, I think it could have gone longer for sure, especially with how well it was doing.
I mean, 2 out of 3 falls.
Oh, how long was it?
Should have gone longer. 17 minutes.
Oh, yeah, they could have gone longer for sure.
Yeah. 17:21. No, I'm sorry, 17:09.
17:09. Yeah, that's pretty short for a 2 out of 3 falls match. I agree.
Yeah. That's the only thing that kept it from a 9.
Yeah, that's fair. I think they did fantastic with the time that they had, though.
Oh my god, yeah.
Yeah,
just hard hitting, fucking stiff kicks, chops.
That spot where
Statlander
did the
suplex in the corner. Yeah.
Oh yeah, fuck yeah, the yeah. And then when they were on the outside of the ring and she did like the held her legs and was swinging Tekla against the fucking barricade. Oh my god,
just ragdolling her like that. Yeah,
so good. Yeah, there were so many good spots to this match. But that ending, man, I was like, oh, you went with the predictable, you know, the face can't overcome the heels numbers. It's like, okay.
Yeah.
It's like,
and Stat didn't have backup.
Yeah, and Stat had no backup, so it was basically the little girl won because she had backup, and it's like, I mean, I guess she's the heel, so it gets her heat, but it's like, I would have preferred a better ending than that. But for what it was great. It was a great match.
Great match, yeah.
Yeah.
I wish I could have given it a 9.
Yeah, what was the expectations?
But it was just 8 and 8.
So it nailed it. It nailed it.
It exceeded mine because it really was a 9, but I just can't because it didn't go long enough.
Didn't go long enough. They weren't given enough time.
I didn't expect the hard hitting crispness, and I mean they did not miss anything.
No, it was near perfection. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, it's a shame.
They have such good chemistry.
These two need to go to WWE immediately. Get where the women actually get time and focus. It's a shame.
As of right now, it's Raw, not SmackDown, but that's a different story.
Yeah, that's fair.
I'd hate to say it, but almost, I mean, they don't deserve to be on there. They deserve to be up on a Raw or SmackDown, but put them on NXT. They give the women more than enough spotlight.
True, it's true.
But they are so much better than anybody in NXT right now.
Tekla and Chris Statlander?
Yeah.
Sol
Tekla maybe. But I mean they're as good as anybody in NXT.
They're better than the entire AEW women's roster, that's for sure. These are the two best for sure.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah. That's about it. So I'm assuming these two are going to have another match because of the cheatingness. I have to assume that this is going to be another rematch.
You still keep Statlander looking protected.
Yeah.
You still have her protected because she lost 2 falls by cheating or tomfoolery, shenanigans, what have you.
Yeah. Both. Yeah. That's the thing, right? Both falls were cheats. They were both dirty pins. It sucks.
Yeah, that's what heels do, right?
Yeah. Oh, I didn't do it.
Ready for predictions?
Oh, I'm ready.
All right. Predictions. Tekla won. I wasn't sure how it was going to go. I thought we might get a title change, but you were pretty certain Tekla was going to win.
Yes! That helps me. I'm feeling pretty good now. I wasn't feeling great coming into this, but
that was I don't know why I thought Stat might win. I wanted her to have a better reign, even if it was a shorter one.
Yeah.
That was kind of foolish of me. The original bonus question was going to be who won the first fall.
But it changed.
But yeah, I had to change that because you guessed what it was going to be. But pretty much either way, I would have won because my answer changed with the question. So I thought Statlander was going to win originally, the first one.
But you switched it. No.
I thought Tekla was going to win the first one, and Stat was going to win the second one.
Yep. So either way, you would have won.
And you got it wrong. Yep. I thought Tekla was going to win the first, and Statlander was going to win the second and third.
Gotcha.
All right. I thought Stat was going to win the first one, and Tekla win the second.
Yeah. All right, the next match. This is where the card starts to fall apart for me. So this is the AEW World Trios Championship. The Don Callis family defending against Mystico and Jet Speed. Let's do our rating. Now it's your go.
It is my go?
Yeah, for sure.
This is 7?
7. Yeah.
It is 7.
6? 7?
Nope. 5.
We agree. It's a 5. Would cage match give it an 18?
No, that would be if it was in the Tokyo Dome. But it wasn't. So they gave it a 7.83.
Wow.
Only marginally better than the last match.
All right. Let's see what a Bleacher Report gave it. A B+, of course. Good Lord. They are very forgiving. Notable moments and observations. The Callis family was wearing Letterman jackets for their entrance. The Knight and Bailey and Mystico were all wearing Mystico-esque matches or masks.
And matching gear, too.
Matching gear, yeah. Mystico almost lost his balance jumping up to the top rope, but he recovered. That was scary. There was a couple of scary Mystico moments, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
And Mike Bailey's shooting star press was a thing of beauty. Yeah, there was a lot of good moves in this match, but I was constantly terrified that Mystico was going to kill himself. I just don't have the confidence in him that everyone else in AEW fandom seems to have of him. And you and I had a discussion. I was like, why would they use Mystico and not Hechicero? And you were like, well, Hechicero's in the Don Callis family. And I'm like,
yes.
Of course he fucking is. He's so much better.
They could use El Clone. El Clone is in the Don Callis family. You know who they could have used, who I didn't mention last night?
Commander.
Yeah. Or maybe I did mention it. But yeah, Commander would fit in with those two.
Yeah. You didn't mention it last night, but yeah.
But there is a reason why they included Mystico.
Indeed.
Which we'll get to later.
Indeed. Yeah, I just I thought this was just a throwaway match because Don Callis family had just won the titles. I thought it was just a hey, we need some filler in the card. But for some reason, Knight, Bailey, and Mystico won. Because I don't understand why, unless it has something to do with the announcement. But
the Don Callis family won it from Jet Speed and Hangman.
Yeah,
a few weeks ago.
They're just tossing these titles around like
decided to take them off.
Yeah, I don't understand. I don't the World Trios Championship, honestly, to me is it is what makes AEW a little more unique because it's not something that WWE has. But I just find myself not really caring too much about the Trios Championships in general. The match was kind of a mess. It was kind of all over the place. I find it really hard to follow these matches and care. I will say, though, that Mike Bailey is still amazing in the ring. Kevin Knight, also amazing in the ring.
Kevin Knight is, yeah. I'll agree with you there.
Kyle Fletcher, still fantastic. Though, again, he still needs to learn sports entertainment. He knows the wrestling part, he knows the technical parts, but he does not know the sports entertainment parts. He doesn't know ring psychology. I still stand by that. I was impressed by Davis. I thought he was pretty good. Big
horse.
Big ass Davis.
He got a giant caboose.
He does. So he was pretty cool. And Okada's just, Okada. The only reason I ever like seeing Okada is so I can hear Justin Roberts' intro for him.
Okada has his moments.
He does.
He's still got a great, beautiful drop kick.
Does.
He has moments where he still shines.
He does.
But it seems like a lot of the time he just goes through the motions and coasts.
Yep. So they won. Who got pinned here?
Mark Davis got pinned
by
I think
Knight. I think
Bailey had Fletcher in some kind of a submission hold. And Davis was on one side of him. Knight climbed up to the top of the rope, to the top rope, jumped over Fletcher and Bailey. Yeah, jumped over Fletcher and Bailey, did his UFO splash, which, if you know what that is, it's a frog splash, but he rotates 180 degrees in air. So instead of jumping straight, and it
kind of does it backwards.
Yeah, and he lands facing the corner that he jumped from.
Yeah, it's kind of cool.
He jumps like 2/3 of the way across the ring.
Yep.
And did it and landed on Davis and pinned him.
Pretty cool.
Fucking look great.
Yep.
Look absolutely breathtaking.
Yeah.
It was a really cool finish.
It was a really cool finish. It was just a messy match that had a surprise outcome that really didn't make any sense to me, at least until we got the announcement at the end, which is Mystico is officially all elite. So they have another luchador.
And they did say in the post-match or the post-event scrum that it's basically one of those dual contracts.
So
where he still works for CMLL, but he is still contracted with AEW.
Well, there you go. So that also explains why in the predictions show we were like, out of all the people that it could be being teamed with Jet Speed, why Mystico? And well, there's your answer.
Yep.
So I just before and after the match, I was just like, I don't understand. I don't care. The match was a mess. No, I'm not a fan of trios matches, and this did nothing to help that.
Yeah, I mean, I just didn't care. Fletcher's the TNT champion. Okada's the international champion. And they were trios champions.
Yeah. At least they don't have the titles anymore, so they can actually do something with their singles stuff. So I guess that's a positive. What was our expectations? Did we do that? I don't think we did.
We did. 6 and 5. I had 6. You had 5.
Okay, so it was about as it was what I expected it to be.
About as average as I thought it would go, or a little more average than I thought it was going to be.
Yeah. All right. How'd we do on predictions?
Not knowing why someone was in the match, we did not see that.
No.
So we both had a 0. I'm not too proud to admit that was my 10-pointer.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Yikes.
Yeah.
That helps me. Damn.
And bonus question: who was going to lose the match for the team?
Well, it doesn't matter.
Well, since we both thought the Don Callis family was going to win, we picked someone from the other team, and well,
shit all.
Mike Bailey was not pinned.
No, he was not. All right, let's move on to the next match.
We both got the goose egg on that one.
Yeah, we did. Huge goose egg. Next up was Bandito versus Andrade El Idolo. Oh, shit. I hit my mic. Sorry for all the audio listeners. Hopefully that didn't come across too badly. He's thinking.
See how we did these. I went down. I don't think you're going to be at a point to talk me up.
No.
Your turn.
All right. 5.
Yeah, you're definitely not going to talk me up. I gave it a 6.
Yeah. And what cage match give it? 19.2?
Close. You're close. 8.77.
Jesus Christ. What the hell is going on? All right. Let's see what. Bleacher Report. A-. Fuck us, man. We just do.
I did want to say something about the last one. I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
My big issue with Tekla and Statlander was the time, right?
Yeah.
17 minutes and 9 seconds. Did that feel longer or shorter than that trios match that we just talked about?
Oh, definitely shorter.
17 minutes and 21 seconds. So we're essentially the same. I mean, there were 12 seconds difference between the two.
Oh my God.
That trios match just seemed to drag on.
Yeah, it did.
A lot longer.
Yeah. So did this one.
Yes, this
Yeah.
one was nearly 21 minutes.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Okay, let's look at what Bleacher Report says with their A- here. Andrade refused. Yeah. Yeah, fuck me, right? Andrade refusing to rip off his pants was a funny heel moment. What was with that? I feel like I was missing something. What, like
That
Bandito
is
did
his
a
shtick.
but why did
Yeah.
Bandito do it?
Because Bandito normally doesn't do it.
So he just did
He
it
was
for
doing
fun to mock
to
him,
get it. Yeah, to mock Andrade. Yeah.
and then he refused to do it, but then he did it anyway.
Yeah, because that's his shtick.
Fucking weird.
That and the posing with the females.
Yeah, that part was
Plans,
funny.
right?
Bandito hit a Hurricane Rana with more force than a lot of wrestlers. It looks more like a takedown than a spot where both guys are mutually working to make it happen. Yeah, Bandito's amazing in the ring. I can't deny that whatsoever. There were some anti-ice chants during the match. I didn't hear that at all, but apparently there were.
Heard him in the Brody King match.
Yeah.
And they're smart in not addressing them or not really giving them too much attention.
Yeah. And Andrade,
because that's just not a smart thing to
no,
give attention to.
No. And Andrade hit on two different women in the crowd, as you mentioned, and did some cell phone poses with them, which was kind of cute. But this match just dragged. There was so much downtime. Hi, Dante. The mascot is here. You know what? Just to try and convince us, let me read their review of this match, Bleacher Report's review. So maybe it'll give us some insider knowledge that we don't have about why this was good. So it says the ROH World Champion was in a non-title action when Bandito took on Andrade El Idolo. Don Callis was in Andrade's corner, which was a little strange since he was absent from other matches involving his stable. Yeah, that was a little weird. They were pacing themselves early in the match and sizing each other up, but it didn't take long for them to start picking up steam as they began trading takedowns. I would say they never picked up steam and just constantly slowed down, but that's weird.
Yeah, I mean, they didn't, if they did pick up, they didn't pick up at all like I had hoped or expected to.
Right.
I thought it was going to be like a flurry.
Me too.
Of moves and
stuff. Andrade was in control enough to take some time to pose with a fan in the front row for a selfie, but it allowed Bandito to recover from a brutal powerbomb. This was a great representation of Lucha Libre style and made both men look like $1 million. They didn't rely on blood or weapons. They just needed to go out there and show off for the crowd to get them invested. This may not have had as much mayhem as the previous bouts on the card, but from a technical standpoint, it was one of the best matches of the night. I don't see what they saw.
Yeah, I mean, could have been. It's just not what I was expecting.
Yeah, I just, for the amount of time they were given, it certainly doesn't feel like they did a whole lot with it. To me, I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't
seem to just kind of.
I just don't get it
at parts.
But yeah, your winner with a clean win, Andrade.
And there were no stakes.
No, it's just a match. I'm confused. I was confused. I was confused by the stripping. I was confused by the whole thing. I just didn't get it. I was confused.
So, where this goes, maybe it'll end up being a title match for Bandito's Ring of Honor title.
Yeah, that's right. He's ROH champion, right?
Yep.
So I guess that means they're gonna have a rematch. Yay.
Whatever final battle or whatever.
Hopefully it's in ROH and not on AEW, so that I don't have to see it.
Yeah, definitely.
Agreed.
I mean, it would be interesting to watch it after, at the fact. But
what do you think, Dante? What do you give this match? That's what he gives it. I'm not sure what that means, but I think he just doesn't care because he's comfortable right now. All right, predictions.
predictions. Well, I thought Andrade was going to win. I thought maybe with a little more tomfoolery and cheating, but he won clean. So I got 2 and you got 0 because you picked Bandito.
Yeah. How many points did I lose on that one?
Only 1.
Oh, good.
I remember specifically saying what the moves were. It was Bandito's 21 plex or Andrade's Hammerlock DDT. Which one would be hit first?
And I couldn't tell you.
The finisher that Andrade used was not the Hammerlock DDT. It was a Hammerlock, but it was like a spin move. You know, he spun him, and he ended up landing on his back, but he did it from the second rope. I can't remember what they named it. Bandito did a variation of his 21 plex where the guy was essentially laying on the ground or, laying on the mat. So neither one actually hit the ones that I stated. So we both got 0, but we both guessed Andrade.
Gotcha.
But Andrade never hit his Hammerlock DDT.
Gotcha.
Which was a specific move.
All right, let's move on to the penultimate match, which was the Tornado Trios match. Roderick Strong, Orange Cassidy, Darby Allin versus The Dogs. Rating time. I've got mine. And I think it's your go. I don't even know anymore. This is the 9th match.
It is me. This is 9.
Okay.
I did not. You said 5, right?
Yes.
And I said 6.
Yes.
This one, I'm going with the 6.
A 6. I'm going with a 5. Again. A lot of 5s. So before we get to the cage match, I mentioned that maybe putting one of those early matches later in the card would have helped. Probably somewhere in here because these matches, three rough ones in a row for me. So it would have been nice to have one of those put up here, like maybe the Mox match. Put it up here. Yeah. So what cage match think of this? Let me guess. 8-2. 8-2. Let's say
7.4.
All right. That aligns with Bleacher, who gave it a B, so it's about right. Notable moments and observations. Darby Allin always looks like he puts all his force into his drop kicks to send opponents into the corner as hard as possible. There was a brutal drop kick in this match. I don't remember which one it was, but I think it was Darby delivering it to somebody. So I agree with that. The spot when Allin was speared off the apron by Connors looked awesome. Oh my god, yeah. That was insane. That was nuts. Yep. I thought Darby was dead. That was nasty. And it was kind of out of nowhere too. I was like the crowd was kind of just not interested. They were kind of just quiet, and then all of a sudden the spear happened and everyone was like, holy shit, is he dead?
Yeah.
Very random. Finley breaking up 3 submissions on his own was a cool moment. I actually don't remember that, but sure. And it looked like Darby Allin meant to hit Kid in the back with his skateboard, but he ended up hitting him in the back of the head. Yeah, that looked nasty.
Yeah,
as hell.
That looked really nasty.
Yeah, so this was another one that was just kind of chaos. Again, trios matches just don't do it for me. I thought maybe it being a tornado trios match would have given it a little bit of anarchy in their arena type of vibe, which it did, but I remembered that I'm also not really a big fan of the anarchy in the arena match either. So It didn't really do much for me. It was fine, but it was just kind of chaos, and I just don't seem to didn't seem to care as much as I really wanted to see Finley and Roderick Strong and Orange. Like I'm a big fan of a lot of these guys, but it just didn't do anything. Just didn't do anything for me. I'm not these multi-man matches, man. I don't know, not for me.
They love the All-Star. Well, I mean, I guess technically one of these is an actual trio.
Yeah,
but they love their multi-man matches.
They really do. Orange Cassidy, Darby Allin, and Strong got the victory by pinning Connors, while Gabe Kidd was zip-tied to part of the stage, I guess, or stuck in the stage somewhere.
Yep.
So I assume this means this feud is continuing in one way or another, because it felt...
Oh, yeah. Wednesday, this week.
Oh, here we go.
Just because, no feud truly ends with Darby Allin. There's an unsanctioned coffin match.
So instead of
Darby
having
Allin
that at the pay-per-view, they have it on
Yeah.
TV.
Oh, and we forgot to mention earlier, Tony, and they even announced it before the show went off the air last night. Tony Storm against Marina Shafir, no holds barred.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, so they're having a rematch already.
Yes,
and it's a better match type. Like, fuck me, man.
And there was no cheating or anything in that match with Tony and Marina.
No.
So now they have to have a no holds barred match.
With
now this
lots of cheating.
Darby and Gabe, there's an unsanctioned coffin match.
I don't get it, man. They don't have writers. They just have Tony just throwing out ideas. And people going, okay.
It's crazy. Yeah.
It's ridiculous. So basically, I think I mentioned this when you had told me this. I was like, so basically we paid for the less interesting version of Tony and Marina, but we get the more interesting version for free on TV. Cool.
Right.
That's cool. But yeah, Strong, Cassidy, Allin won. I really didn't care. I really don't understand why they won. If you have a new stable and a new guy that you're trying to build, why you would have...
And Finley looked good.
Yeah, Finley looked great. Yeah, he looks fantastic.
That was the first time that I've really seen Finley in action.
It's a true statement. I don't know. I don't get it. I don't get the booking in this one. It was weird.
It's definitely one that could have been on Dynamite.
Yeah. That's the thing about, like, this could have been on Dynamite. Bandito and Andrade could have been on Dynamite, and then we would have had a 2-match less card and more time for the good matches on this card.
Yeah.
Weird.
Ready for predictions?
I'm ready.
All right. Well, you kind of hinted at yours. They brought a new faction in. Why have them lose? And I thought, how the hell are you going to have Darby and Orange Cassidy lose? So. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I get none. That's not
you
good,
got
though.
none, but
I would have gotten 8.
That you put 8 on it, yeah.
Shitballs.
Maybe I did that on purpose.
Yeah, just to fuck with my brain.
Just to fuck with your brain. I got 4. You got 0.
All right. Definitely a back and forth point wise. Damn.
The bonus question was, who was going to pick up the win for the team?
Well, I definitely won't get that.
So the finish was Roddy hit his, I don't know if he's got a name for it, the gut wrench backbreaker.
Yeah.
Like high up on the back. So I figured he was going to pin him, but he just threw Orange Cassidy on top of him to get the pin. So Orange Cassidy got the win. And I frickin' picked Roddy.
That's awesome.
So we both got 0 because you had picked someone from the bad guys, from the dogs.
Yeah. What was the expectations on this match?
I had 7, you had 8.
Oh, God. I don't know. What was I thinking? Oh, no idea what I was thinking. All right. That leaves us with the main event. MJF versus Hangman. AEW World Championship Texas Death Match. If Hangman loses, he will never challenge for the World Heavyweight Championship ever again. All right, I got mine. I think it's my go.
This one's you.
All right, going with an 8. 9. Wow.
I'm going with a 9.
All right. And what cage match give it? Gotta be a 10.
No. But it was the highest rated.
Of course it was.
9.05.
Jesus. Okay. All right.
Based on 109 votes.
All right. Bleacher gave it an A, so they're right there with us. Paige had a special entrance with different music. Yeah, I don't understand what the purpose of that was, because no one knew what the music was. MJF had an entrance mocking Hangman's cowboy image, which was fucking hilarious.
It was great.
It was so funny. He even did like a twist on the "I'm better than you and you know it" saying.
Yeah.
During his speech, which was great.
You already knew that.
But you already knew that. Yeah. And then he pissed on his grave. That was so funny. It's like, I can't believe I'm back here in Los Angeles, but I had one last thing to do. And he starts pissing on his grave. So good.
Yeah.
And then he came out wearing Terry Funk trunks.
Yep.
Which is really cool. But he did still have his plaid looking knee pads, which was funny.
Yep.
Dragging a man through broken glass is one of the more violent things Hangman has done in an AEW ring. MJF using a broom to clean the glass out of the ring was pretty funny. Which got a clean forever chant, I think it was. Or sweep forever. MJF was bleeding a lot after being hit with the first light tube in the back. Yeah, he was. And Paige left a huge blood stain on the camera towards the end. Yes, he did. It was kind of gross. So this match was really long. This was like a 40-plus minute match. And there was a lot to it. I'm actually going to read the review here because I don't want to miss anything. So, MJF was bleeding from the mouth before they even started using weapons, but they were soon brought into the mix. Hangman even pulled a framed window out, but MJF broke it in the middle of the ring, only for Paige to slam him onto the glass a moment later. MJF was a bloody mess after a little while, and Hangman kept finding ways to make it worse. This kind of match won't be everybody's cup of tea, but if you enjoyed deathmatch wrestling, then he probably had a ball with this. If anything made you cringe, it was probably when MJF put a syringe in Paige's cheek. Yeah, so I want to talk about that briefly. So, I think that was specifically in there probably by Paige because when they did this spot against Swerve, he couldn't get the needle to go through his cheek. It just looked like it was in his mouth, and everyone was like really confused.
That might have been what he was trying to do at that time. I don't know.
I'm assuming it was because it didn't have the same. I thought he was that's what the visual was because they were like zooming in on his cheek, and it didn't happen. And then in this one, it was successful, and Paige was like, it went right through inside his mouth, out through his cheek, and then he even sprayed the liquid that was inside right through it, which was really gross, but highly amusing.
Yeah, that's the only time that I had to look away.
yeah, it was pretty nasty.
Yeah.
Let's see. Neither man left the ring on Sunday without some cuts and bruises. This was easily the most gruesome thing we saw on a show with multiple matches involving blood. Paige and MJF made sure they had the most memorable performance on the card. Even if you didn't enjoy the level of violence, you have to applaud their storytelling ability and commitment. Hangman ended up grabbing a chain with 2 dog collars from under the ring to connect himself to MJF, which was a callback to, I think, MJF and CM Punk, right? Yep.
From Revolution and 22.
Yep. The champion freaked out when he realized what was happening. Paige set up a barbed wire board on top of a table, but MJF sent him crashing through it instead. They both crashed into some equipment near the stage and caused a small explosion. For more than 40 minutes, MJF and Hangman went to war. When the dust settled on this Texas death match, MJF won by hanging the Hangman from his dog collar until he passed out and could not answer the count of 10. Your winner. And still, AEW World Champion, MJF. So I understand why you would give it a 9. It was a great Texas death match. It was long, highly entertaining, violent, etc., so on and so forth. I thought so. I took 2 points off for 2 different things. So I thought the end of the match was kind of anticlimactic. Yes, it made sense from a storytelling standpoint because that's how I believe Adam Page won against Moxley, right?
He choked him out over the rope, yeah.
Yeah, it was storytelling at its finest. The Hangman lost by doing, but to the same thing that he won the championship with. So I get that, but it kind of came quickly. Like I thought Page was going to get up and then he was going to choke him again. Like, because you got to remember, this was for his ability to ever challenge for the title again. So I was like, he's not going to give up from one choke. He's going to get up again. And no, he didn't. So I was like,
You thought he was going to go the Cena route, huh?
I didn't think he was going to give up.
Tap out like that.
No, I didn't think
lightly.
that. I just thought he was going to get back up and be choked multiple times before he finally succumbed. But he didn't. He passed out on the first choke, which I thought was a little anticlimactic for the ending. Made sense story-wise, but a little sudden. And then the other thing is the glass. At the time that it happened, I was like, oh, that's just nasty. But then you realize after he turns around, not bleeding at all. No blood whatsoever from being dragged through the glass. So it's clearly sugar glass. And I just think that the drag, like, because that's not the first time we've seen someone being dragged through the broken glass spot in AEW. And I just think that spot is not as impactful as thumbtacks. I think thumbtacks are way more visceral. So I don't know whether they're doing that because the wrestlers don't like taking thumbtacks, or that the glass is just a little easier for them, or if they just think it's better or more visually appealing. I don't know what it is, but I found those spots to be a little weak. Because as soon as I realized that they weren't bleeding, I was like, okay, so this was sugar glass. No one. Not to say that I'm thinking they should go through real glass by any stretch.
Yeah.
But I do remember when Darby Allin fell through the glass the glass plate at ringside in Sting's final match, and he immediately started bleeding like crazy.
Oh yeah.
So I was like, that made sense to me. That was memorable. Him, MJF being dragged through the glass itself was memorable until you realize that he didn't get cut, and then you're like, okay, well, because then when later on when they did the light tubes and they instantly started bleeding from those smashes, I was like, okay, that's real fucking glass.
And the glass was stuck in MJF's back.
Yeah,
the way it was.
He was bleeding like a sieve. I was like, okay. The impact of that was much greater than the impact of being dragged through the fake glass. So I was like, So I took points off for both those things. Still a great match, still a great Texas Death Match, but I think potentially that the one where Adam Page won was definitely better than this one. As good as
bigger moment.
Yeah, definitely. As good as this one was, because it was great. It was still great.
I thought it was great. I mean, good storytelling. They kind of carry on a little bit.
Get closer to the mic.
They kind of carry on a little bit.
There you go.
But storytelling was there. The homage to Terry Funk I liked. Just the MJF still being MJF. in the in the middle of the match, in the middle of a Texas death match, when the whole window came out, he said, "I'm not doing this indie bullshit," and just slams the glass on the ground, and that's how the glass gets on the ground, right?
Mm.
Then they do the spots, and then he comes in with the broom to sweep the glass out of the ring
So
because he
funny.
doesn't want to do that indie bullshit.
So funny.
Yeah, and then when Paige lifts him up for a power slam or a spine buster or something like that, you hear him yelling, "Oh shit!"
Yeah, it was power bomb on the glass.
When
I
you hear
think. Yeah.
Yeah, you still get those MJF-isms like that. You still get his character
Yeah, I love MJF. He's so good.
in a match like that, which is great.
Yeah, it's fantastic. Makes him stand apart from everyone else.
Yep.
Yeah. Still a great match. Absolutely.
Yep. And the blood on the camera
At the end.
great. Yep.
Yeah. Incidental, but it worked.
Maybe it wasn't. I don't know.
Maybe.
I mean, if it wasn't, then it's great. Bravo to him.
Yeah, for sure.
For planning that out like that.
And then one thing I didn't like about the post match was that I thought that MJF would leave and Page would get sort of a standing ovation because he's not able to ever challenge for the title again. So I thought he was going to be able to stand up on his 2 feet and then be taken out on the stretcher. But he got like immediately put on the stretcher, and then MJF like posed on him, and I was like, okay. So no feel good moment for Page. Cool.
I mean, maybe they're writing him off for a long time. I don't know.
Could be. I hope so. He needs a break.
Now, someone asked in the scrum afterwards about the stipulation. Is it real? How are you going to hold on to that? What do you think of that? And Tony, because that's who was asked, Paige wasn't there, it was Tony Khan. He said, well, he came and talked to me about it. It was a gentleman's agreement. It was a handshake agreement that was the case. And pretty much left it at that. So,
okay.
Yeah, just like Cody, when he did his, it was a gentleman's agreement. It was a handshake agreement. So it's not something that's, quote, written in stone or, written down as a contract that he doesn't get a title match. So
they'll find a way
almost
around
like
it.
So pretty much.
But it's at least a decent way of removing him from the title picture for a lengthy period of time.
I hope for a lengthy. I mean,
years. If it's not years,
the only way that he should get another title match is if he's a heel. He can't get that if he's a babyface.
No, I agree. Yeah, and he can't get it as long as MJF's the champion. That would be stupid.
Yeah,
that'd be real dumb. So where do you think? So I think we both agree that Paige is probably just going to take some time off TV for a bit. I would hope. It'd be a little weird if he didn't.
Yeah.
Where do you think
Especially
MJF goes?
on a stretcher like that?
Yeah. And where's MJF go?
I mean, we kind of thought Swerve might be the next in line.
Yeah, that makes sense. But he's got the Kenny Omega thing. Yeah.
No, that's true.
Andrade?
I don't know.
No, that'd be heel and heel again.
He already beat Andrade.
Oh, well.
Yeah. Andrade won the little Eliminator tournament to get a match with MJF.
Swerve's really the only one that makes any sense on this card. So unless it's somebody not on this card. Because it's not going to be anyone from FTR or the Young Bucks. It's not going to be Mox because he's national champion. It's not going to be Takeshita because he just lost. It's not going to be Brody because he just lost.
No Cobra Christian.
Yeah. Not likely Swerve because it seems like he's with Kenny. Don Callis' family's got 2 championships. Jet Speed is now new champions. Bandito just lost, but he's the ROH champion. Andrade would make sense if he wasn't a heel, because then you'd have heel and heel, and he's already, like you said, he's already beat Andrade. Orange Cassidy, Roderick Strong. Maybe. I guess they're really the only ones that don't have anything going on.
I mean, their next pay-per-view is next month in Vancouver, Dynasty. Yep, April 12th.
So yeah, Roddy maybe, I guess. Kind of a filler match for MJF.
I don't know.
Guess we'll find out. All right.
Hopefully we get some sense of direction starting Wednesday on Dynamite.
Yeah. All right. Predictions.
Well, we both thought that Max was going to win. Me for 6 and you for 10.
All right.
Bonus. Who was going to be the first to bleed? Max started bleeding from the mouth, which was pretty much incidental.
Yeah.
But even after that, he was the first to bleed after the glass spot. So we both pick Max, and we both get it.
All right. So heading all the way back to the beginning. So before we get to the ratings and the predictions outcome, something new that we're gonna do after every after every show is, were any of the matches tonight match of the year candidates?
Good thinking.
To add to the list, we the only thing on the list right now is CM Punk versus Braun Breaker from the 1-year Netflix Raw anniversary special. If we want to, we can go back to the 2 shows that we've done this year, Vengeance Day and the Royal Rumble. Oh, and Chamber. Were any matches at any of those worthy of being match of the year contenders? I don't think so from any of those, personally.
Let's see what our ratings on them were. Highest Vengeance Day, you had Tony D'Angelo and Dion Lennox was a 9 for you.
I don't think it would survive the year, though.
Yeah, I don't think anything on there would.
Because it always ends up with the top 6. What do we do? The top 6 matches, I think. Yeah, 6. 6 or 7, ironically.
Chamber. No, highest you had was a 7. Highest I had was a 7.
Yeah, Chamber was not great.
And Rumble, correct?
Yeah.
Gunther and AJ, you had an 8. I had an 8. That was the highest.
Yeah, I don't think
Women's Rumble was 7. Drew and Sammy.
Oh, that was bad.
I have a 1 on here.
Yeah.
Which I think that might be right. I don't know. I had a 5. So
no,
that could be right.
No, it's a 1. Yeah, I hated it.
Okay. Yeah. So nothing previous. I mean, the only one that I can see from this one would be the Texas Death.
I really want to give Tekla and Statlander a chance at a. Well, we got to do one for women and one for men, technically.
Okay, then yes, I would include Tekla and Stat.
So what I'll do is I'll edit our list, our tracker here, to be a men's tracker and a women's tracker.
I bet you would, Sim. I bet you would.
I don't even want to know what he said. All right, so we'll
probably not.
Tekla versus Statlander, AEW Revolution. 26. It was a 2 out of 3 falls match. And then we'll add the MJF versus Hangman Texas Death Match, AEW Revolution. So we will check the tracker each time we have one of these, so that we can track matches of the year.
Okay.
All right, let's do ratings. What was our average rating?
Oh, we still got some bonus questions to go.
Oh, balls.
Bonus.
Oh, balls. Okay.
We got bonus. The first one, longest match of the night.
Well, that was definitely the MJF match.
Was definitely going into the last match. The longest one was Moxley Takeshita clocking in at 23:32. This one absolutely got it 46 minutes and 18 seconds. Texas Death.
Yikes.
So twice as long as the next one. We both got. Shortest match of the night. Let's see. Clocking in at 9 minutes and 46 seconds.
What?
Was Tony Storm and Marina Shafir.
That was only 9 minutes?
How? Yeah, Tony and Marina was 9 minutes.
Wow, it didn't feel like that. That's crazy.
But however, clocking in at 5 minutes even, the Babes of Wrath against the Divine Women, whatever.
5 minutes
Divine
they
Dominion.
gave that match. Are you kidding me?
5 minutes, yep. Which is why I gave it such a low score.
That is atrocious. They should be ashamed.
That's the one I picked, and you picked Tony Marina.
All right.
So I got that. And then the over-under, 5.5 people. How many would bleed?
And it was 5 exactly,
And we started off hot with 2 in the first match.
I think.
Then you had Takeshita in the third match. And then nobody until the end. And I had to go back and rewatch yours, but we both did pick the under. So 2 of the bonus were 2 of the bonus were a wash. So in the bonus, I got 1 up on you. Ratings. Overall ratings. If you had to rate yours just overall show, what would you give it?
Probably a 6.
Okay. I had a 6.5. You had a 6.4.
That's pretty close.
Separated by 1 point.
Yeah. No.
By 1 rating point.
Well, by 1 point of a point.
Yep. Yeah. By 1 total rating point.
Crazy.
I don't know how cage match. I don't know if people do matches separate from the total rating. As of right now, cage match current total rating is a 9.31.
Jesus.
Yeah.
What a load of shit. 9.31. What are you smoking?
Yeah. So while I'm taking away, sure. Yeah. So there were a total between all the match points, bonus question points, and bonus question points. Total of 69 total points.
69.
I did not plan that. I did not plan that.
Nice.
It just happened. Take away all the points that we missed. Is that one? Let me grab this. Boy, oh boy. All right. Like I said, total of 69 possible points between the matches missed, bonus questions missed, bonus questions got, and match results got. Your winner by a score of 42-38.
Oh, wow. Close.
So 4 points.
Yeah.
Your winner.
Yeah.
And new predictions champ is your brand new AEW superfan, TJ Stinkin' Leo.
Right there. Damn. We toss that title back and forth every time.
Yes.
That's crazy. And I won on the one that I
TJ
normally
Sneaky
lose
Leo.
on.
Yes.
I don't know how that worked out. Thank you. Thank you. I'd like to thank the Academy for fucking up the K-pop Demon Hunters Academy Award speech. I appreciate you.
They should have cut off the song instead of the speech.
Indeed. Indeed.
Because that song sucks.
I haven't heard it, thank God. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that is Wrestling Renaissance. If you want to follow me on the socials, I'm at TJ-Leo on BlueSky.
And I'm at Cole2K on BlueSky and on X.
If you want to email us, you can do so at co.up.podcast@gmail.com. Don't forget to comment, like, share, subscribe, ring the bell for notifications, and join the Co-op Club Discord community server where you can find myself, Cole2K, and so many others talking about wrestling, gaming, and more. Patreon.com/co-op entertainment, where you can throw us $1 a month to help support the channel. Greatly appreciate it. It's not a lot, but it helps. Cole.
Yes, sir.
Take us out.
Well, that is it for that long episode. And I don't mean this episode. I mean the actual AEW Revolution pay-per-view. That was a long-ass 5.5-hour pay-per-view.
It's true.
Congrats to TJ Leo for winning and regaining his prediction title. I'm sorry. Getting my prediction title because it rightly belongs to me. You used tomfoolery, chicanery, but no shenanigans. Shenanigans is a bad word. Congratulations to you. You win the title, and you get a few weeks until you get to defend it at Stand and Deliver, where I will hopefully regain said title. But until next time, until we predict again, until we come for a run-in, keep the Renaissance alive.